All right, sorry for that. Sorry for that. Um, as I was saying, today we are looking at dietherapy one, and just a minute, I present to you my slides so that we see what you're going to cover today. And for those who were in class last week, Jacqueline, Anne, Immaculate, if you can remind us, what did we say dietherapy is? Just a quick recap. Anne?
This is it is therapy using the diet, whereby the diet is used to treat some diseases.
Okay. So it's the use of diet. It's the use of the diet to treat diseases. So today I want us to look at diet planning principles. But before that, we'll quickly look at the objectives of this lesson today, which are, we want to identify the objectives of dietherapy, and then we look at diet planning principles. So last week, as we have defined dietherapy, we said it's the use of diet in treating diseases, and some of the objectives we can get from the definition is that dietherapy mainly aims at improving the nutrition status of a patient, or to correct any existing nutrient deficiency, or to maintain optimal nutritional status, and also to provide rest to the body. Those are the four main objectives of diet therapy. Now, when you're applying diet therapy, you will need to plan a diet for your client or for your patient, and that is what I want to focus on today: the diet planning principles. Which are they, and how can we explain them? So I'll just go over them quickly. I give you the diet planning principle, and then you tell me what you understand by it. So number one of the diet planning principles we have is adequacy. Now, anyone in the class can help us understand, what do you understand by adequacy as a diet planning principle? Adequacy as a diet planning principle. Jackie? Mm-hmm. Sharon? Okay.
Adequacy means simply enough.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Adequacy means enough. So you make sure that the person you're planning the diet for gets all their nutrient requirements. So basically, an adequate diet provides all the nutrients to meet the recommended nutrient intake of healthy people. Now, next we have is balance. Balance, I'll explain the next two. So balance basically means that you're not over consuming any one food. You need to use enough. So for balance, it means that you're not over consuming any one food. And quickly to the next one, moderation. Moderation means that someone does not consume so much in one sitting. So for balance, we are looking that you do not consume an excess of one particular food, but for moderation, we are looking at a sitting, at a dish, in one meal, so that you do not over consume. So everything in moderation. Whatever you eat, you take it in moderation. And then nutrient density, or yeah, there's a difference between nutrient density and energy density. Anyone who has an idea what that is and can tell us what they think? What is the difference between nutrient density and energy density? Immaculate? the difference between nutrient density and energy density? Okay, so let me help you. Nutrient density is basically the relative ratio obtained by dividing a food's contribution to the needs of a nutrient by its contribution to the calorie needs. Basically what that means is that how much of the nutrients does the food provide and how much of the calories does it provide. Where do we get our energy from, class? Where do we get our energy from? Anne?
We get our energy from carbohydrates.
Okay, but remember that carbohydrates is not the only source of energy. You can also get energy from fat. You can also get energy from proteins. So when we talk about nutrient density, we are looking at how much of the micronutrients are we getting from a certain food compared to how much energy we are getting. So a nutrient dense food will contain more nutrients, more micronutrients than it gives you macronutrients, whereas an energy dense food will give you more energy or more calories and less micronutrients. When you're talking micronutrients, you're talking about vitamins and minerals. So nutrient density refers to how much micronutrients the food is giving you, but energy density, how much of the calories you're getting. And finally, the last principle is variety. Now for variety, it means that you're choosing a number of different foods within a given food group. For example, we have a food group for maybe tubers. So for tubers, we'll ensure that you're not consuming maybe sweet potatoes every other day. We have a variety of tubers. We have cassava, we have potatoes, we have arrowroots and all that. So we will ensure that you get, if you today we gave you arrowroots, tomorrow we give you cassava, the other day we give you. So we are choosing a number of foods from the same food group, and that marks the end of our diet planning principles. So the first one we have is adequacy, the second one we have is balance, and then we have nutrient density, we have energy density, we have variety, and we have moderation. Now I really hope we have understood the diet planning principles. So we look at these questions and then you say whether it is true or false. Now balance means that you're choosing a number of different foods within any given food group rather than eating the same food daily. Is that statement true or is it false? Class, you can just unmute your microphone and then you tell me, is it true or is it false? The statement on your screen.
We cannot be able to see your screen, like the question.
You can't see the question. What are you seeing on the screen?
The previous session.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And now?
Not yet.
It's still stuck on the previous slide.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. But when we say this statement that balance means choosing a number of different foods within any food group, is that statement true or false?
It is false.
Good, it is false. That statement basically refers to variety. That is what we have just talked about right now. And then the next statement says that variety refers to portion size. Is that true or is it false?
That is false.
That is false. Just as we've said a while ago, that variety means that you're choosing different foods from the same food group. And that marks the end of our lesson today. Any question? Okay, so I don't know whether you can see my screen right now, but in case you're not seeing it, the assignment for today that you're going to work on is discuss various ways parents can achieve the principle of variety during complementary feeding. Discuss various ways parents can achieve the principle of variety during complementary feeding. Have you got the assignment?
Yes, we have.
All right. So that is where we'll begin our class next week, and you're encouraged to register for your units so that you'll be able to sign. Thank you for your time. Okay. You can now leave the meeting.